go ahead and get started. Happy Thursday, everyone. My name is Hamza Tariq, and I'm the Director of Marketing here at Sirius Support. Welcome to our session today on preparing for US mandates for human customer support. By way of introduction, today's session is designed for leaders navigating the shift from AI-first support to compliance-driven human support. We'll break down pending US legislation, explore governance and risk playbooks, and share strategies to modernize your AI and human model for global readiness. Here at Sirius Support, our team has been building and scaling high-performing global support operations for over 2 decades, working with leading brands like IKEA, PayPal, and RSA Security, as well as a 200-plus company portfolio of ESW Capital. Hosting today's session is Craig Mills, CEO and co-founder of Sirius Support. Craig will cover the pending Customer Service Standards Act and share how our AI-enabled human-powered model delivers compliant, scalable support, reducing costs, managing risk, and keeping customer satisfaction front and center. So without further delay, I'd like to now hand over the floor to Craig.
Thank you, Hamza. Welcome, everybody. Great to see a good number of people here today. As Hamza said, I'm Craig Mills, the CEO of Sirius Support. Today, we're going to talk about something that's already reshaping the customer experience industry. The shift from AI-first service to regulatory mandated human support. For years now, everybody's been talking about AI. The messaging has dominated our industry and the conversations we've had as customers have pushed to automate as much customer work as possible. And we've seen that with a lot of our customers, the push to automate, the push to deflect tickets from ever coming near a human. But US regulators are now signaling that a human fallback is no longer optional. This is a turning point, not just for compliance, but also for risk management and customer trust. You'll see many statistics and industry data throughout this discussion, and that's intentional. At Sirius Support, accountability to you, our clients, is at our core, and we ground that accountability in measurement. We measure a lot of different components of everything we do. And so we've included a lot of industry data in these slides. We believe that tracking the right metrics, making performance transparent, and letting data guide us as we continually improve and adapt to meet fluctuating market dynamics. We also often discuss industry insights internally and with our clients so that together we can navigate this ever-changing support landscape. My hope is that you find today's data and discussion helpful as you consider your own next steps. So let's get started with why this moment matters. According to McKinsey, AI now resolves up to 80% of customer tickets. That's a massive efficiency gain, and many companies have leaned heavily onto that AI transition. Here's the tension. A 2025 CX Today survey found that 61% of customer experience leaders themselves support mandates that guarantee access to a human. About that, industry leaders are actually asking for more regulation because the balance between automation and human empathy has gone too far. Customers agree. A PwC report that nearly 60% of US consumers believe that companies have lost touch with the human element of service. Regulators are responding to that frustration. The question for your organization is, are your escalation paths strong enough to withstand new scrutiny if laws require one press access to a human? The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has made a big move too. Consumer finance firms must now give users a simple way to reach a human being. Just one button. No more endless doom loops of an automated system. Meanwhile, in Congress, the Keep Call Centers in America Act would raise this bar even higher. It requires disclosure of where the agent is located, disclosure when AI is being used, and it guarantees the right to an immediate transfer to a US-based agent. And this isn't just at a federal level in the US. States like New York are already weighing similar human transfer mandates. The trend is clear. Transparency and guaranteed human fallback are quickly becoming the baseline expectation. And don't think this is just a US thing. If this legislation goes through in the US, I would expect Europe to follow very quickly behind. The risk exposure here is broad. Funimon Institute reports the average cost of a non-compliance fine is $4.4 million. That's before considering any reputational damage. Edelman's Trust Barometer shows that 67% of consumers switch brands when trust is broken. Disclosure failures and poor escalation directly erode trust. There's also staffing and cost pressure, and many suddenly need more additional US-based agents. And let's not overlook the sales risks. Buyers and regulators will demand proof that you can comply. The key question is, do you see compliance as a cost center, or could it be reframed as a competitive differentiator? A compliance playbook here is essential. Map out which rules apply to your industry and geography, standardize your disclosures and escalation SLAs, implement monitoring and auditing to ensure consistency, and prepare for annual certifications that some laws may require. Gartner recently found that 73% of firms do not have real-time monitoring for disclosures. That's a huge blind spot. The big question is, if a regulator audited you today, could you prove that every AI interaction was disclosed and that every human fallback request was honored? This quote captures the mood of our industry. Laws should mandate the right to speak to a human. This isn't just regulators pushing for it. CX leaders themselves have been saying it for some time. When customers, practitioners, and policymakers all align, the momentum is unstoppable. Every organization must now consider, if competitors start marketing their compliance and human guarantee, how will you position yourself? The old model assumed that 80% of tickets could be handled by AI and 20% escalated to humans. But under new mandates, fallback to humans is no longer optional. Forrester reports that 45% of firms rely on AI alone for more than 70% of their interactions. These firms will be hardest hit by these new requirements. Every new regulatory requirement, the future of customer support isn't just about abandoning an AI, but about building scalable teams, the ability to surge human capacity without overhiring. If tomorrow 40% of your AI tickets needed to route to a human, how would your operation cope? Big question. There are practical strategies to add human capacity without ballooning your own internal costs. You can partner with on-demand US agents. You can use shared pools that multiple business units can access, and you can spread demand globally with follow-the-sun staffing. You can also deploy predictive scheduling to optimize headcount. The International Association of Outsourced Professionals report that 70% of BPO leaders are expanding US hiring this year alone. That means demand for compliant capacity is rising quickly. It's time to start thinking, do you have a contingency partner that could add US agents within the next 30 days? Within this transformation, it's important to also remember routing logic and how that must evolve as part of this discussion. Low confidence AI should trigger immediate human escalation. Customers must always have explicit transfer options to request a human. And high risk or high value cases should always default to humans first. And the system must fail safe, meaning that it never blocks access into a human. PwC found that 89% of customers leave a brand after just 2 bad customer service experiences. And that's why escalation isn't just about compliance, it's about protecting the lifetime value. Do your systems know when AI is good enough and when it isn't? Here's a phased roadmap as a suggestion. So assess your gaps, understand what's in your current customer journey, design and pilot fallback options, and then scale and certify that against compliance. Optimize and stress test capacity, and then globalize your approach for multiple jurisdictions. CCW reports that 22% of firms have piloted compliance fallback models. That means most organizations are unprepared. It's time to look at your own support organization. Are you waiting for the final regulations and rules to come through, or are you piloting now so that you're ready for when they arrive? So let's recap. US regulations are moving towards mandated human fallback. Compliance and customer trust are now tightly linked. The 80-20 AI to human model must now evolve, and the way to do it without disruption is by following a phased rollout. Salesforce research shows that 71% of customers expect the ability to talk to a human at any point through the customer journey. And that's not just a fringe expectation, that's the new baseline. Sirius Support is a global BPO partner. We're trusted in heavily regulated sectors like finance or health or fintech, and compliance is built into our own operating model. We offer flexible staffing across US, nearshore, and global locations. We maintain transparent reporting and consistently deliver high quality. That's why we retain 95% of our clients year after year. The key takeaway is this: we don't just provide outsourced agents, we provide compliance-ready, customer-centric support. Let me give you a quick example of what this looks like in practice. A fast-growing pet tech brand came to us just before peak season several years ago. They were scaling fast and their internal support team were overwhelmed. They knew Black Friday was coming and would push them over the edge. We onboarded them through the summer, scaled their team from 3 agents to 20 in just a few weeks. And when peak season hit, we achieved a 98% customer satisfaction score. Through Black Friday as well, one of the toughest stress tests for any direct-to-consumer brands. And that's the power of planning early. It shows their flexibility, scalable, compliance-ready support doesn't just keep you out of risk, but it helps you shine when it really matters the most. As we close, I wanted to share 3 concrete steps that you can take with us. First, we offer a regulatory readiness assessment. This looks at your current support model and maps out what would be required to meet emerging mandates. We'll show you exactly where the gaps are and what it would take to be compliance ready. Second, we provide an ROI calculator. This tool helps you measure the cost savings of augmenting your in-house AI support model with outsourced human coverage. It shows you how you can meet today's customer needs and also prepare for whatever regulatory decisions come in the months ahead. And finally, we offer a strategy session. This is a collaborative conversation where we can learn more about your business vision and anticipated support requirements. We then share our recommendations for aligning your support strategy to achieve both compliance and your long-term growth goals. And the Deloitte research shows that where early movers in compliance cut their costs by around 30% compared to late adopters. Acting now isn't just about avoiding penalties, it's about putting your organization ahead of the curve. I invite you to take advantage of one of these next steps and start building your readiness today. So to wrap up, regulations requiring human support are on their way, and human fallback is quickly becoming the new standard for trust and compliance. Sirius Support is here to help you prepare, scale, and stay ahead. Thank you for joining us today. Be ready for whatever comes next, and know that with Sirius Support, you don't just have to react to change, you can lead through it. Thank you again for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your day.